Tuesday, 16th June 2026. Welcome to the Crown TV Grand News. You're watching us live on DSTV channel 277, on GOTV channel 23, and on Topstar channel 89. We're also live on the Star Times application, on Facebook, and on YouTube as Crown TV Zambia. Remember to subscribe to our channel. With the Grand News in detail, I beg your pardon, with the Grand News this evening, my name is Rachael Chipwende. The headlines. UPND admits youth destroyed independent candidates' billboards in SOLWEZI. CHILENJE late night inferno ravages makeshift shops, traders count heavy losses. Ntendere woman wins divorce after alleging abuse and neglect. And in sports, government urged to avoid crowds in Heroes turf. The Grand News in detail. In a twist of events, the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND, has admitted of having been responsible for the damaging of 2 campaign billboards of an independent aspiring candidate for the SOLWEZI Central Constituency, Poho Kawina. Speaking at a conflict management committee meeting in SOLWEZI District, UPND SOLWEZI District Secretary Nobi Mwanza explains that some unruly UPND youths destroyed the 2 campaign billboards but did not have blessings from the ruling party. Mr. Mwanza regrets the incident that happened on the 2nd of June 2026 at SOLWEZI River Bridge, where some party cadres brought down the 2 campaign billboards. He has appreciated Mr. Kawina and his team for accepting to replace the damaged campaign billboards at his own cost. Here's a report.
Going forward, yes, we can confirm that some of our unruly youths acted on their own to damage the posters.
The United Party for National Development UPND in SOLWEZI Central Constituency has admitted that its unruly youths destroyed campaign billboards belonging to an independent aspiring candidate, Poho Kawina. The billboards were placed at SOLWEZI River Bridge and were vandalized earlier this month. UPND SOLWEZI District Secretary Nobi Mwanza expressed regret over the incident. Mr. Mwanza told the Electoral Commission of Zambia's Conflict Management Committee that the destruction did not have the blessing of the ruling party.
Thank you, Mr. Makai, for that question. With the facts that we've received after the conclusion of the matter, we cannot deny the fact that it's our unruly cadres that went to pull out those billboards, of course, without being directed by anyone. Just like any other political party, it's very difficult to account for actions of our cadres, but at this point, I think we just have to accept responsibility.
This admission marks a shift. Earlier this month, the ruling party had denied that none of its youths were responsible for damaging Mr. Kawina's billboards. Mr. Kawina had insisted that UPND members were responsible for the damage. John Kimba represented him at the ECZ meeting.
Indeed, today we want to confirm and affirm that we have resolved fully this matter, and we as the Kawina Poho campaign team, we are pledging that we are going to uphold the rule of law.
According to the conflict resolution outcome, Mr. Kawina agreed to replace the damaged campaign billboards at his own costs. Police had instituted investigations into the damaging of Mr. Kawina's property, and SOLWEZI residents now await the findings. For now, the ECZ committee is pushing dialogue over destruction as campaigns heat up in SOLWEZI Central Constituency. Patrick Mackay, Crown TV News, SOLWEZI.
Republican President Hakainde Hichilema has described the 2026 general election as serious business, emphasizing the need for a decisive victory. Addressing supporters in Mongu, Western Province, President Hichilema says securing a landslide win would enable his government to nominate more women, youths, and persons with disabilities to Parliament, even if they are not adopted by the ruling party. The president has since urged all eligible voters to turn up in large numbers on election day and cast their vote in favor of the UPND.
2026 elections is not for games. It's a serious business. HH needs to win and win with a big number, so we can allocate more UPND women into parliament and in the councils. If you are a woman, you are not adopted, work hard so that the president gets a higher vote, then we will select you to go to parliament as well. Family member who is a voter, make sure they go to vote. Your neighbor must go and vote. Your neighbor in the market must be told to go and vote. All those in the plains, they must that day go and vote. First they vote by water first before going to fish. But before you go to Itapi that day, you go and vote first. Then you can go to fish.
Workers at PETAUKE Town Council have downed tools demanding their 3 months unpaid salary arrears. PETAUKE Town Council Secretary Kelvin Banda has confirmed to Crown TV that workers from grade 1 to grade 4 have not been paid for 3 months. Mr. Banda says PETAUKE Town Council owes workers about 5 million kwacha. Here's a report.
These are PETAUKE Town Council workers who have downed tools demanding payment of 3 months salary arrears. The workers' sit-in protest comes as a result of the council's failure to pay their salaries for the past 3 months. Despite several engagement between PETAUKE Town Council administration and union representatives, all efforts to resolve the matter have proved unsuccessful. The workers say they are facing numerous challenges, including evictions from rented houses, lack of basic necessities, and failure to pay school fees for their children. Despite engagement with PETAUKE Town Council Secretary Kelvin Banda, a conclusive resolution could not be reached as the workers continue demanding immediate payment of their outstanding salaries. Mr. Banda has since engaged the affected workers and their union representatives, providing updates on the efforts being undertaken to address the matter. He says management continues to engage the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development on the issue of salary arrears and other operational challenges affecting the local authority.
I wish to acknowledge that we have not paid salaries for employees for the past 3 months. We are owing the workers May. We're also owing them for April and for March. So we've only paid for this year, we've paid for January and February. Everybody has been cleared. So the 3 months which we are remaining with are the ones which we are owing. Currently that stands at almost a 5 million quarter we are owing the workers. And we have engaged government so that we find the lasting solution to this issue. Government has given us very, very positive feedback that this issue will be resolved. We've had meetings and we've written correspondence to them. We are hopeful that the matter is resolved.
President of Zambia United Union of Local Authority and Allied Workers, Emmanuel Mwisa, said the union is aware of the workers' sit-in protest at PETAUKE Town Council and knows that government is doing everything possible to clear the outstanding 3 months salary arrears.
We want to put it on record that we are aware as the National Center at the head office the situation at the PETAUKE Town Council. And we want to indicate to say as the parties, that is the Zambia United Local Authorities and Allied Workers Union, the Law Government Service Commission, the Ministry of Local Government, are addressing the current challenges that are being faced by the workers at PETAUKE Town Council. We are aware that the workers are in 3 month salary arrears. That is, the salary is pending to be paid starting from March, April, and May. Those salaries have not been paid, and workers in almost took some kind of a position of not wanting to work until their salaries are paid. But because of the cordial relationship that we have with government and also using the principle of dialogue, We had the engagements yesterday with the Ministry of Local Government, and at large, the whole matter is being looked into from an holistic point of standing, where government is trying to address the challenges even for the other councils that are also in a similar situation. What was discussed was that there are programs that will be undertaken, particularly for PETAUKE. We've been assured that government is sourcing some funds that will be sent to the council within this week to clear the outstanding issues. While that is being done, the government equalization fund has remained as a priority on the part of government. And using the same, government is trying to find some additional funds to beef up the local government equalization.
The council workers have now entered day 2 of the protest, demanding immediate payment of their salaries. For Crown TV News, Sambo David, PETAUKE, Eastern Province.
Now, a devastating fire has swept through several makeshift shops in CHILENJE, destroying property and merchandise worth thousands of kwacha, including drums, charcoal bags, and other goods. According to nearby traders, the fire broke out around 23 hours on Monday night before quickly spreading through the structures. Details in this report.
Several traders have been left counting losses after a late-night fire reduced a cluster of shops to ashes in Lusaka's CHILENJE township, destroying merchandise and wiping out sources of income for the affected business owners. The fire, which occurred on Monday night, gutted shops dealing in braziers, charcoal, ducks, and other goods. The fire has left traders devastated as they assess the damage. According to the traders, the fire is believed to have sparked around 23 hours on Monday evening before quickly spreading through the makeshift structures. The affected traders say large quantities of charcoal, drums, ducks, among other merchandise, were destroyed in the INFERNO. Meanwhile, some traders have expressed disappointment over the response time of the fire brigade, stating that the damage could have been significantly reduced had emergency services arrived on time. The traders have charged that the delayed response allowed the fire to spread uncontrollably, resulting in greater losses for the shop owners.
I came to try and see what can be salvaged from the fire that was, burning behind me this side. And as they were trying to remove some things and also trying to help out the people that were inside there, they had contacted the fire brigade around midnight, somewhere there. But it was so sad that the fire brigade only managed to arrive here somewhere around 03, when a lot of things were already burnt and the fire was almost quenching off. So we just encourage the government and the fire brigade at large to pull up their tokens and be able to move fast when they hear that there is a fire somewhere, so that they can be able to reach in time and be able to save other properties before they get destroyed.
For Crown TV News, Tawanda Munyoki.
Catholic Diocese of Chipata Bishop George Lungu has commended the UPND government for several achievements. The bishop has cited the implementation of free education, the enhancement of the Constituency Development Fund (CDF), and debt restructuring as scores that should not be downplayed. Details in this report.
Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Chipata, George Lungu, has commended the UPND government for what he has described as significant strides in improving the lives of ordinary Zambians through key social and economic reforms. Speaking on the country's developmental trajectory, Bishop Lungu has singled out the introduction of free education, the enhancement of the Constituency Development Fund, and the successful restructuring of Zambia's debt as some of the government's most notable achievements. The bishop has stated that free education has opened doors for thousands of children who previously struggled to access learning due to financial constraints, describing the program as a transformative intervention that is helping secure the future of many young Zambians. He has further noted that the increased CDF has empowered local communities by bringing development closer to the people.
At CDF, mwesako ma constituency mwamuzi anthu ukatijana chituko chuoneka chimwe chita mwa UPND na IHH muchachiweme chakuti vantu ave na mphamvu yoona kuti kasi ndama zatipasa chituko chifunika pakati paso nchotyani mwa constituency muli ukatijana vantu achita chituko chosaneneka omwe chinsokonezo uzikonda mpaka naomba ndalama zikali m'mabanki nthawi vantu so CDF ni zoona mwe aboma muichita ntchito iweme yotipasa mphamvu ma constituency tizichitire seka chitukuko tuziwa kuti apa patufuna apa yayi ngani yabwino free education vana kuwamisha ngati ukia munsewu tuwana natumphisikumuka tulimga uniform na kakapu kumanja.
According to the bishop, many districts are now witnessing improvements in infrastructure, skills development, and access to opportunities that were previously beyond reach. Meanwhile, Bishop Lungu has emphasized that while challenges remain, it is important for citizens to acknowledge progress where it has been made. He has urged leaders across all sectors to continue working together in addressing the country's pressing needs while building on the gains already achieved.
Akutakwaya ophunzira madaka boy impela no tifuna madokotela tifuna maticha tifuna nsembe tifuna masisters ophunzira mapasi wampata pankhanya kuti free education kuti mwana aliyense apeze mpata wakuya mkalasa kuya kusukulu taphunzire yoni nkhani weme kama chita chipata nkhani weme nchatufuna Khongole boma ichita bwino kuti Nkhongole iya pinduje bwino kuti aone matinga lipirire kuti mawa nkucha phela vinthu vembuso nchapato patontho.
For Crown TV News, Tawanda Munyuki.
The NDOLA City Council has launched a campaign to remove all banners and posters put up in public and private spaces without proper approval. Speaking to Crown TV News, Council Public Relations Manager Rebecca Mshota said the authority has received many complaints from residents about the increasing number of banners and posters aimed at advertising various businesses, including traditional healers, which she says are making the city look dirty. She stresses that only the council has a mandate to regulate and approve the display of posters and banners, and urged owners of the unauthorized materials to remove them themselves before the council does, warning that unapproved postings will not be allowed.
NDOLA City has long known as the friendly city of Zambia's Copperbelt province, which is now facing a different kind of friendliness. The city is crowded with placards, posters, banners, and billboards advertising traditional healers, commonly called witch doctors. NDOLA City Council has started a cleanup exercise to remove the untidy displays, as the council says they are damaging the city's appearance and causing visual clutter.
Such banners, unfortunately, make the city look dirty. They also obstruct traffic in certain circumstances. Still not allowed for people to just place banners talking about various things that they're able to do. So we also as a local authority do not permit every resident as your neighbor. It's offensive to them if they do not subscribe to what you are providing, a service that you are providing. They find it offensive, and some people say it is difficult for them to remove those banners on their own, and so they ask the local authority to come and remove the banner.
For residents have welcomed the move, saying traditional healers should get permission from property owners before putting up signs for their services.
Tachimoleka bwino we muntu oshombe nganga ule kwa ferutsiro wasanga palicha nganga pansi. Tachipanga sensi bwino so tule milomba mwenganga before tamalangu bike fuma posta tiramule bike tanganga first approach abene baya dipe
so yarama posta babika mu chimisa na mushani tachimoleka bwino and moreover chino chalo bachirubulo kwe batini Christian nation.
Meanwhile, Reverend Silekwa Mlenga, a NDOLA clergyman, has urged residents seeking help from traditional healers to turn to Christian teachings instead.
That rather they seek for spiritual intervention from men of God, authentic men of God.
Ultimately, whether the claims are true or not, the choice lies with individuals seeking healing to decide what is right and what is wrong. For Crown TV News, I'm David Kunda in NDOLA District, Copperbelt Province.
A Mutendere woman has successfully sought a divorce after accusing her husband of physical abuse, neglect, and treating her child differently from his own. The local court heard that despite several attempts by relatives and church members to reconcile the couple, their marriage had broken down, prompting the wife to ask the court to formally end the union. Details in this report.
A 28-year-old maid of Mutendere Township has petitioned the local court for divorce, citing years of mistreatment, discrimination against her child, and repeated physical abuse by her husband. Dina Banda tells court that she married Shabi Sakala in 2022 and what they have 2 children. Dina Banda told the court that she married Shabi Sakala in 2022 and that they have 2 children living under the same roof, although only one of the children is biologically related to her husband. She explained that before marriage, both families agreed that the children would be raised together without discrimination. However, Banda says problems began when Sakala's biological child returned from the village to Lusaka. According to her, Sakala started treating the children differently, ensuring that his child attended school while neglecting hers. She further tells court that her husband would often cook food only for himself and refused to change his behavior despite interventions from relatives. She narrated that when her child fell ill, Sakala suggested that she take the child to the village for treatment. After the child recovered, she requested transport money to return to Lusaka, but her husband allegedly refused, informing her that their marriage was over and that she did not need to come back. She said she later sent the money, allowing her to return home. Banda further accused her husband of physically abusing her in the presence of the children. She told the court that one occasion he injured her arm and ordered her to leave their home. She adds that he once threw her clothes outside and gave her 1,000 kwacha. When she expressed a desire to return to her village because he no longer wanted her. She says the couple owned household property including a couch, stove, mattress, television set, and 2 plots of land. In his defense, 31-year-old Sakala, who told the courts that he undertakes piecework jobs and resides in Mutendere, denied responsibility for the breakdown of the marriage. He claims that his wife consumed excessive amounts of alcohol and often caused disturbances. He alleged that there was a time when their landlord threatened to evict them because of her behavior and that church members had previously attempted to reconcile the couple without success. Sakala further testified that on one occasion she returned home from work and found bottles of alcohol on the television stand and inside the refrigerator while the children were asleep. He says his wife had returned home very late that night. When the matter came before Magistrate Charity Milambo, Banda made it clear that all she wanted was a divorce. The magistrate granted the couple 2 months to allow Sakala to facilitate Banda's return to her village. The court also ordered Sakala to provide monthly maintenance of 500 kwacha for Banda and 800 kwacha for the children. Kundej Sachingalesu Ngandu, reporting for Crown TV News in Lusaka.
We now move to the letter to the President. Remember that you can write a letter to the President and it will be read in our grand news at 18:30. You can SMS or WhatsApp your letter to the number 0974 314 807. But remember to avoid the use of vulgar language. Tonight's letter to the President reads,
Dear Mr. President, I write to respectfully bring to your attention a matter of serious concern affecting pupils and parents in some parts of the country regarding the implementation of the school feeding program. It has come to our attention that certain schools are allegedly charging pupils a fee of 100 kwacha per term as a condition for participating in the school feeding program. This practice is deeply troubling as the program was introduced by government to support vulnerable children, improve school attendance, and ease the burden of struggling families, not to create additional financial barriers. Many parents and guardians are already facing severe economic hardships, and such charges undermine the very purpose of the program. Worse still, this risk excluding the most vulnerable pupils who need this support the most, thereby defeating the program's social and education objectives. Your Excellency, we request your attention to ensure that clear guidance is issued and enforced, preventing any school from charging pupils or parents for participating in the school feeding program. We further appeal for investigations into reported cases and for appropriate corrective measures to be taken where violations are found. We commend your administration for prioritizing education, child welfare, and social protection, and we trust that this matter will receive urgent attention in order to safeguard the rights and well-being of Zambian school children. We remain confident in your leadership and commitment to equitable access to education. This letter is coming from a concerned parent in Irundas District, Eastern Province.
Zambia's evening weather forecast for Tuesday, 16th June 2026. A moderate southeasterly airflow remains dominant across most parts of Zambia, bringing partly cloudy skies, slightly windy and warm conditions, while the rest of the country will have mainly sunny skies, slightly windy and warm to hot conditions. Lusaka, Central Copperbelt, Western, Southern, Luapula, Eastern, Muchinga, Northern and Northwestern provinces will be clear, slightly windy and cool to cold. This weather forecast is produced by the Zambia Meteorological Department under the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment. We'll take a break.
On a busy day in Lusaka, right in the middle of a vlogging, Mr. Simon Mwela's phone battery died. Well, he knew what to do next. He called Zambia's top cell phone and accessories dealer. In a flash, problem solved. Across town, Dr. Siatwambo was getting ready for a presentation when he realized that his PA forgot something. A quick call to Mobile City and his projector screen was delivered in no time. Meanwhile, Vana Fiasasa was about to leave for the village when she remembered she needed a phone upgrade. One call to Mobile City and a new phone arrived just in time. Vana Fiasasa snapping a selfie before hitting the road? But wait, I thought the other guys were in a hurry. For free, fast and reliable delivery, trust Mobile City. Beware of scammers. Mobile City Delivery. You order, we deliver.
The ultimate business stage is back. From the 1st to the 7th of July, the trade fairgrounds in NDOLA will be buzzing with endless opportunities. But how does your business stand out in the crowd? You get on the big screen with Crown TV. We will be live in NDOLA, ready to take your brand straight into the homes of millions. From primetime commercials to exclusive event coverage, we create advertising that drives real results. Don't miss out. Visit the Crown TV stand in NDOLA between July 1st and July 7th or contact our sales team today to secure your special trade fair advertising package. Crown TV. Feel the honor.
Welcome back. The Grand News continues. The government has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Road Transport and Safety Agency, RTSA, to promote youth empowerment through transport sector programs. Speaking at the signing ceremony, the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts Permanent Secretary, Kangwa Chileshe, says the partnership will provide young people with skills training, employment opportunities and support for entrepreneurship in the transport industry. Meanwhile, RTSA Director Amon Mwemba says the agreement will facilitate joint programs in the driver licensing, motorcycle registration, road safety awareness, and mobile examination services across the country.
Statistics reveal that 3 motorbike riders lose their lives every month in rural Zambia due to unsafe riding practices, a sobering record that continues to raise concern among road safety stakeholders. It is against this backdrop that government and the Road Transport and Safety Agency, RTSA, has joined forces in a bid to empower young people while promoting safer road use across the country.
Program. This nationwide initiative will equip eligible young people with motorbikes to provide transport and last-mile delivery services, creating immediate income opportunities and supporting small business growth. Critical, without which also we cannot do efficiently without RATSA.
The two institutions have signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at creating opportunities for youths through skills training, employment and entrepreneurship programs within the transport sector.
It crushes my heart to hear the statistics that CEO has just mentioned. 3 to 6 young people dying every week. That's almost, if we say an average of 5 and 5 per week, that's almost 20, that's about 20 young people dying every month. And what about a year? What about 2 years? It's a disaster. And we as a ministry are right in the heart of that. So we must be responsible. And being responsible is doing what we've done now. My only desire as CEO, they say wishes were horses, beggars would ride, is that we should have done it much earlier.
Beyond economic empowerment, the partnership is expected to strengthen road safety awareness, particularly among young people who rely on motorcycles for transport and income generation in many rural communities.
The ministry will use the Imisepela app as the official platform for application submission, vetting, status tracking, and beneficiary communication to ensure transparency and efficiency.
And RTSA Director Amon Mwemba said the collaboration will facilitate the implementation of joint programs in driver licensing, motorcycle registration, road safety education, and mobile examination services.
The MOU we are signing today establishes a framework for collaboration between the two institutions in promoting youth empowerment through road transport initiatives. Through this partnership, RATSA will work closely with the Ministry of Youth and Sports to facilitate road safety awareness registration of motorcycles, testing and licensing of riders, compliance with transport regulations, and the promotion of safe and lawful participation in the transport-related enterprises.
For many young people, the program presents an opportunity to earn a living responsibly while contributing to safer roads across the country. Blessings Mkandewa reporting, Crown TV News, Lusaka.
The Zambia Scholarship Fund has handed over new infrastructure worth over 1.5 million kwacha to the Zambian government to expand access to education in Northern Province. The package includes a girls' dormitory with over 40 bunker beds and mattresses at Musa Secondary School, an ablution block at Mungwi Technical STEM School, and a fully furnished 1x4 classroom block with 75 desks at Milima Correctional Facility. Northern Province Permanent Secretary, represented by Provincial Education Officer Nawa Mulambwa, said the facilities come at a critical time as more children return to school under the free education policy now enshrined in law. Details in this report.
Zambia Scholarship Fund and its United States partners have handed over new infrastructure worth over 1.5 million kwacha to the Zambian government to improve access to education in Northern Province. The package includes a girls' dormitory at Musa Secondary School with 40 bunker beds and mattresses costing 650,000 kwacha, an ablution block at Mungwi STEM Technical School at 250,000 kwacha, and a fully furnished 1x4 classroom block with 75 desks at Milima Correctional Facility also costing 650,000 kwacha.
Education is not only important, it is the key to your future. So for all of you students here at Musa, I trust that you will work hard and take advantage of the educational opportunities that are being provided to you by the government and with some help from Zambia Scholarship Fund.
For our children, those dormitories which are being built, you know what had happened, you know what happens, that as you come along accidents happen. But if you are here, we are sure that you will learn. So we ask you to look after the facilities because they are coming out of love. People have given you out of love, maintain them.
Northern Province Permanent Secretary, represented by Provincial Education Officer Nawa Mulambwa, said the facilities come at a critical time as more children are returning to school under the free education policy now enacted into law.
These infrastructure developments are a testament to our collective commitment to providing our children, especially those in rural areas, with the best possible learning environments, bridging the gap and creating opportunities for all to thrive.
At Milima, the Zambia Correctional Service is asking the Ministry of Education to give their school an examination center so inmates can complete studies at full capacity.
This gesture will go a long way in alleviating the challenges of classroom space by the learners at our facility. While inmates are in self-custody, thus in facilities, they are accorded an opportunity to acquire some skills like vocational and academic qualifications that can help to transform them and reduce the likelihood of reoffending and instead end up becoming better citizens. May I make an earnest appeal to the Provincial Education Officer that kindly consider our school now to be an examination center, as well as giving us more teachers in order for us to operate on a full-time basis.
Beneficiary institutions have welcomed the facilities and pledged to protect them.
The importance of the building we have received today cannot be overemphasized, but it is suffice to state that it will go a long way in improving school sanitation, minimizing challenges of inadequate classroom space and dormitory facilities at our 3 schools.
The handover marks another step in expanding learning spaces across Northern Province under the free education policy. Chanda Wellington, reporting for Crown, Kasama.
The Police Public Complaints Commission has called on government to diversify its services to other provinces in order to improve access to citizens seeking redress on police-related complaints. Speaking during the Commission's 10th anniversary commemoration, Commission Chairperson Zunga Siakalima says the institution continues to face challenges due to its limited presence outside Lusaka, making it difficult for many citizens to access its services. Meanwhile, government has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening the Commission's operations. Details in this report.
These are some of the police officers serving under the Police Public Complaints Commission. They march in celebration of the Commission's 10th anniversary, marking a decade of promoting accountability, professionalism, and public confidence in policing. The commemoration brought together government officials and stakeholders to reflect on the Commission's journey and discuss ways of strengthening its operations and improving access to its services across the country. Speaking during the event, Commission Chairperson Zunga Siakalima called on government to expand the Commission's presence beyond Lusaka to make its services accessible to more citizens.
The Commission only still operates in Lusaka, and there is no other wing outside the Lusaka province. All what we have is we have to tour, although I'm aware within the Act that the principal officers have that right to receive complaints from members of the public.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Dickson Matembo, has reaffirmed government's commitment to supporting the Commission and strengthening oversight mechanisms.
As it can be seen, guest of honor, this is not only worth a while job, but a need if we are to be true to the upholding and preservation of human rights and freedoms. It also entails that your government is clear about the national order, citizens' rights, quality of service delivery.
And Secretary to the Cabinet, Patrick Kangwa, who was the guest of honor, has stressed the importance of integrity, accountability, and effective service delivery in maintaining public trust.
Government is mindful of the challenges that oversight institutions face, including resource constraints, capacity limitations, and the need for continuous public sensitization. I'm aware, Mr. Chairman, that you have been squatting at Kent House for the last few years. It has been a very difficult period for the Commission and ourselves as government, but it is great that we've started finding solutions. And PS Home Affairs, thank you for your assistance and accommodating part of them. We are not giving up. We will get the Commission totally sorted out next year, definitely.
Reporting for Crown TV News in Lusaka, Chanda Mwango.
Government has launched the National Spatial Data Infrastructure Framework, marking a major step towards harmonizing land, water, health, and infrastructure data across all ministries and agencies. The launch, held in Lusaka, brings together departments that have long managed maps and data sets separately. And Deputy Secretary to the Cabinet, Dr. Oliver Kalabo, who officiated at the event, said the initiative will improve planning and service delivery. Meanwhile, Smart Zambia Institute National Coordinator, Percy Chinyama, said his institution will lead the technical implementation and coordination of the infrastructure. Here's a report.
Something that we have not had in this country because we never had infrastructure such as this.
Government has done something simple on paper but massive in practice. It has launched the National Spatial Data Infrastructure Framework. For years, ministries worked in silos. Roads lived on one computer, farms on another, clinics, schools, water points, boundaries, all kept separate like pieces of a puzzle that never met. That has now changed. Under this new framework, everything gets put on one table. Roads, farms, schools, clinics, water points, boundaries, linked, standardized, and actually accessible. This means one reference point for the whole country. Deputy Secretary to the Cabinet Dr. Oliver Kalabo stepped on the podium to officiate. He skipped the jargon and spoke like a planner who's seen the gaps up close.
The primary objectives, ladies and gentlemen, of this policy are as follows. 1. Establish a robust governance structure. So clarify roles and responsibility for all stakeholders involved in the geospatial data management. Then 2, mandate data standardization and interoperability. So here you enforce compliance with national and international standards.
He further stated that this initiative will improve how government plans and save the people.
Data standardization and quality. So all data custodian must adhere to the national standards, including ISO 19115, to ensure data integrity, compatibility, and trustworthiness.
Meanwhile, Smart Zambia Institute National Coordinator Percy Chinyama said his team will lead the technical rollout and coordination, that is connecting the system so that data can move safely and quickly between ministries and kept reliable for everyone who uses it.
We'll be one of the first to have access for private sector to build into that data and make use cases that are out there and make money. DSE, what do I mean? If you had seen the video, you would have seen that because this infrastructure allows you to map and see things from a spatial point of view.
From scattered files to one shared map, that's the shift that Zambia is making. Anthony Chomba, Crown TV News, Lusaka.
We'll now take our final break. When we return, we look at sports news. We'll be right back.
Numerous cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait.
Catch all 104 matches from as little as 255 kwacha, only on GOVT.
Everyone wonders why I'm always jovial and happy. Every day, every time. At work, even under pressure. At play, always under control. Even with Bay, I always shine. And today, I get to share my secret companion, Best Kombucha. Gives me the energy but also boosting my immune system as I go by my day-to-day activities.
Toileta mami we best kombucha sonwemu. Toileta daddy we best kombucha sonwemu. Iye nani best kombucha. Best kombucha. Iye nani mwa kombucha.
Now you know.
Best kombucha. Iye nani best kombucha. You drink best kombucha.
Spiritual enlightenment, reconnecting with God, as well as growth. That is what you'll get on the Leeway Hour with Bishop B.M. Malenga on Crown TV every Saturday at 17:30 and Tuesday at 17 hours. This sports news is sponsored by Nutricom, the manufacturers of Best Kombucha and Divine Power Kombucha.
Welcome back. In sports news this evening, government urged to avoid crowds on Heroes turf. Before we get into the details, here's a word from our sponsors.
Everyone wonders why I'm always jovial and happy. Every day, every time. At work, even under pressure. At play, always under control. Even with Bay, I always shine. And today, I get to share my secret. My secret companion, Best Kombucha, gives me the energy but also boosting my immune system as I go by my day-to-day activities.
Toileta mami we best kombucha sonwemu. Toileta daddy we best kombucha sonwemu. Iye nani best kombucha. Best kombucha. Iye nani mo kombucha.
Now you know.
Best kombucha. Iye nani best kombucha. You drink on best kombucha.
The sports news in detail. Zanaco Football Club has set the stage for Zambia's next generation of talent after conducting the official draw for the Under-17 national tournament. The draw confirmed groupings for both boys and girls, marking the start of preparations for 4 days of grassroots football. The tournament, scheduled for the 3rd to the 6th of July 2026, brings together provincial teams from across the country. Here's a report.
Search for Zambia's next generation of football talent is officially underway under the sponsorship of one of the country's leading financial institutions, Zanaco Bank. The first phase of the competition got underway on Tuesday morning, with official draw conducted at the bank's headquarters in Lusaka. The Under-17 national tournament has attracted participation from all 10 provinces and is scheduled to take place from 3rd to 6th July 2026, providing a platform for young players to showcase their abilities on the national stage. Speaking during the draw ceremony, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts, CHILENJE Kangwa, reaffirmed the government's commitment to sports development at all levels, with particular emphasis on grassroots and school sports.
The government of the Republic of Zambia remains firmly committed to the development of sport at all levels, with particular emphasis on grassroots and school sport, where the future of our sporting excellence is shaped.
Zanaco Bank Chief Executive Officer, Chibesa Kunda, says structured community programs create opportunities that go beyond the sport, helping young people access education and personal development.
In Zambia, structured community football programs continue to create opportunities that extend beyond sport into education, confidence building, and personal development.
Meanwhile, Zambia School Sports Association President Matrani Mwendelema described the Zanaco Grassroots Tournament as more than just a competition, stating that it promotes talent development, encourages learners to remain in school through sport, and contributes to building the next generation of Zambian footballers.
The Zanaco Grassroots Tournament is more than a competition to us as Zambia School Sports Association. It is about the talent identification, keeping the learners in school through sport, and building the next generation of Zambia footballers in a disciplined environment.
The Football Association of Zambia has also welcomed the initiative, noting that it complements the association's talent identification programs and calling on other stakeholders to invest in similar youth development ventures.
And I also urge other clubs, because what Zanaco is doing is showing us that they have the patience and they want to invest. They don't want to be chancers. Every day where the small boys are playing, they are prowling. No. Zanaco wants to have their own pool of players.
And Zanaco Football Club Board Chairperson David Msunga says the official draw marks the true commencement of the club's competitive journey, expressing confidence that the tournament will provide a valuable platform for identifying and nurturing future football stars.
The official draw symbolizes the true commencement of our competitive journey. It is a moment where fixtures are compiled and announced, and the stage is meticulously prepared for what promises to be an extraordinary display of young talent.
Labni Sumsonde reporting for Crown TV News in Lusaka.
Now, the contractor working on the Heroes Stadium playing turf, Marius van Niekerk, has urged government to avoid crowd stepping on the playing turf at Heroes Stadium. Van Niekerk says this will prolong the lifespan of the stadium. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sport says the turf protector procurement is underway.
National Heroes Stadium playing turf has been under construction for 2 years now. Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Sports has revealed that the playing turf is now ready to host games. The first games will be held next month in July. However, contractor Marius van Niekerk has warned the government from allowing huge crowds to step on the playing turf. He says the government should ensure they procure the protecting mat for the playing turf.
Just depending on the amount of matches and events you have on the field. In terms of maintenance. And the damage that the top as well. Because obviously, as a singular plant, it takes a little bit longer than your normal standard field to come back.
Kangwa Chilenshe has revealed that the procurement of the playing turf protector is underway. He is confident that before August inauguration for the elections, playing turf protector will be in the country.
The target is that before the inauguration, the protector should be in the country. It should be able to be used. Okay, and these are the bottlenecks the president talks about, which for me as a controlling officer, the permanent secretary, can be frustrating. Yes, we need to abide and observe the law, and we do. But sometimes that same observance has certain criteria and periods and time frames and things like that. But also, there's enough legislation, there's enough leeway that when we want to expedite a process, ZPPA is always available to help us do that. So all things being equal, yes, we would like it to be there before they are.
For Crown TV Sports, Lenosi Victoria, in Lusaka.
Debutants Cape Verde made an instant statement at the World Cup, holding 2010 champion Spain to a goalless draw in their first ever World Cup match. Their result headlined an impressive start for Africa at the 48-team World Cup hosted across 3 nations. Africa is being represented by 10 teams.
The 2026 World Cup kicked off 5 days ago, with 48 teams participating and 3 host nations. Africa is being represented by 10 countries, the biggest number to ever compete at the World Cup. The African teams have begun the tournament impressively. Out of the 5 teams that have competed so far, only 2 teams have recorded defeats. The 2 teams are South Africa and Tunisia. Morocco played to a 1-0 draw against Brazil, while Ivory Coast beat Ecuador 1-0. The most shocking result was a scoreless draw between the 2010 World Cup winners, Spain, and debutants, Cape Verde. The increasing strength of African teams at the World Cup shows that an African team might win the World Cup anytime soon. The furthest an African team has ever gone at the World Cup is the semi-final in the 2022 edition, when Morocco reached the semi-finals of the tournament. For Crown TV Sports, Lenosi Victoria in Lusaka.
That item brings us to the end of sports news, but before we go, here is a word from our sponsors again.
This sports news is sponsored by Nutricom, the manufacturers of Best Kombucha and Divine Power Kombucha.
We now end the grand news for this evening, Tuesday, the 16th of June, 2026. But before we go, look at the headlines once again. UPND admits youths destroyed independent candidates' billboards in Solwezi. CHILENJE late night inferno ravages makeshift shops, traders count heavy losses. Ntendere woman wins divorce after alleging abuse and neglect. And in sports news, government urged to avoid crowds on Heroes turf. ends the Grand News for this evening. My name is Rachael Chipwende. Thank you for watching. Good night and God bless.